Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my August bullet journal setup video for you, and the theme I decided to go with this month was galaxy or space. And actually there's a little bit of a story as to how I even got to this theme. So June, July and August are all winter months in Australia, and I decided to make it kind of a progressive theme. So June we had like rain, and then July was snow, which unfortunately I did not upload any of the bullet journal setup stuff for July. I just wasn't in the headspace for it, but I went ahead and did it anyway, so it's a lot of snowflakes. And then I thought, what's colder than snow? Space. And that's why we have the galaxy theme for August. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I attempted a theme very similar to this last year. I can't remember which month it was for, but it was very watercolor heavy. I was really big into the watercolors last year, and it was very saturated colors. So this month I decided to do something similar but go very pastel instead. Well, I tried to. I now have properly learned that mild liners are not always going to produce the same pigmentation in terms of both ends, so the thinner end is probably going to be a little darker than the highlighter end, and that was a little annoying, but this just reminds me why I really need to get started on my swatch book, which I will do a video on that in the future. But that's why some of the colors weren't exactly what I wanted on the title page, and that's okay, I got through it anyways. But I decided to go with a very cutesy, cartoony doodle theme because it was something that I could actually draw. I think if I tried anything more complicated, it would not end well at all. But yes, for the coloring in, I used a mixture of mild liners and something called Ecoline. I think it's from a brand called Royal Talons. Actually, I hold these, I don't even know what they're called, brush pens. I hold them in an Officeworks video, which is going to be uploaded probably in 2 weeks time, so things are a little back to front, but I really needed to get a bunch of unboxing videos out, which you would have seen a flurry of them, and then I also wanted to get my bullet journal video out in time, so that's why things are a little back to front. Also, I did not realize it, but my nails kind of suited the theme really nicely, which is just a nice coincidence. It wasn't planned at all. I was going for a pink base that gradient, or well, kind of gradated over into a blue icy theme. And it's all gels, which made it a little challenging for me, but I got there in the end and I'm pretty proud of it. So we're gonna hop over to the habit tracker, and this took me a while just because there was so much drawing involved, and not even artistic drawing, just drawing down the lines. And I'm pretty much just going to be tracking the same habits I have for every month, though I think in September I'm going to change that up. Well, I'm not sure how many people listening are actually from Melbourne or Victoria or even Australia, to be honest, but I live in Metro Melbourne, which is a city, or the main city in Victoria, and it's just recently gone into stage 4 lockdown, which involves a lot of things, but essentially it means that most people can't leave their homes, and most shops and most businesses have had to temporarily close for 6 weeks. It's pretty intense, to be honest, but I'm pretty lucky that almost everything I do is online or digital, so it hasn't impacted me that much, except for the fact that I don't go out very much, but to be honest, I never really went out anyways, so it's alright. But it probably means I should change up some of my habits. Like, I still have my 10k steps, which is just so ridiculous because even when I was going physically to the office, my daily step count was probably at best 2,000 to 3,000, which is really bad. And now that I work from home, my step count is a lot closer to 200-300. Granted, I don't think I'm counting all my steps because I don't wear my watch, but yeah, it's not great. And then we head over to the mood tracker. I was really excited for this one, and I don't know, in my head I just imagine like a bunch of stars and planets all swirling together, and it would just make this really beautiful pattern, but it ended up just looking like a bunch of random drawings just thrown on the page. It's still nice, I still like it, and it was a lot of fun to put together, and it's just really satisfying to actually be able to draw some stuff, even if it is really simple. Now we go over to the monthly view, and I decided to put my monthly view all into one single page, and I'll explain why in a second. And I quite like it when it is on one page because I feel like the space is more efficiently used, it looks cute, and quite frankly, because we're locked down, there isn't a lot going on anyways, so even if I wanted to plan a bunch of stuff, well, there's not a lot of stuff to do, so I don't really need all the extra real estate. And throughout the whole time, I've just tried to really keep within that pastel Galaxy color. I've tried to avoid using any of the darker colors after I learnt my lesson when I did the title page. I was like, okay, I am just going to use the highlighter ends of my mild liners. I'm also using some milk liners. I actually have a video comparing milk and mild liners, so you can search that if you're interested. But basically, milk liners are slightly cheaper knockoffs of mild liners. At least that's kind of how I saw it. But the quality is really good, so I just keep using them. And then we come over to the last page, which is exactly why I had to put my monthly view into one page, and it is my time tracker. So I have not done a time tracker in so long. I used to do them last year and I just completely stopped. But one thing that changed for me this year, or the last few weeks I guess, is that I took on a second job. It's all outside of work because I still do my main 9-to-5 day job, and then I have this second job that I do in the evenings or weekends, and then of course I do everything else you see on like YouTube and Etsy and stuff like that. But it's really important that the hours get tracked, so I thought, you know what, let's bring back the time tracker and see how I go with it. And that is pretty much it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my August bullet journal setup. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.